You stand up from the couch with total conviction. You know exactly what you need. You walk 6 steps into the kitchen, and then nothing. The thought is gone, like it was never there at all. You stare at the counter like it owes you an explanation. This isn't a sign of aging or stupidity or screen damage. It's a survival mechanism so old it predates language itself. So why does your brain deliberately erase your own intentions? About 2 million years ago, your ancestors lived in a constant state of interruption. There were no hallways, no rooms, no doors, but there were boundaries everywhere. The tree line, where the forest began, the river bank where crocodiles waded, the cave mouth where anything could be hiding inside. Every time you crossed one of these thresholds, the environment changed dramatically. New threats appeared that weren't relevant 5 seconds ago, and the brain had a brutal decision to make. Keep holding your current thought, I need to find water, or dump it instantly to scan for danger in this new space. Your ancestors who kept thinking about water got eaten. Your ancestors who forgot and looked up survived. That's natural selection in 12 feet of walking. Today, when you walk from your bedroom to the kitchen, your brain does the same thing. It treats the doorway like a boundary between two different worlds. It clears your mental workspace to prepare for new input, except there's no predator in your kitchen, just a confused person wondering why they're holding the fridge door open. Psychologists have a name for this phenomenon. They call it the doorway effect, and it reveals something unsettling about how memory actually works. Your brain doesn't store memories the way you think it does. You imagine a neat archive, thoughts filed away, ready to retrieve. The reality is closer to a whiteboard in a windstorm. Your working memory can hold roughly 4 things at once, not 7, like the old myth claimed, for that's your entire mental stage, your conscious thought capacity right now. And those 4 slots are constantly being competed for. Every sensation, every sound, every flicker of movement wants a slot. Your brain runs a ruthless triage system to decide what stays and what gets cut. Here's where doorways come in. In 2011, researcher Gabriel Radvansky ran a now famous experiment. Subjects carried objects through a virtual building on a computer screen. Some walked the same distance within one room, others walked the same distance but crossed through a doorway. Same objects, same distance, same amount of time elapsed. The doorway group forgot significantly more often, not slightly more, 2 to 3 times more. Just walking through a door was enough to erase their short-term memory. Radvansky called it an event boundary. Your brain slices continuous experience into chapters. Doorways are one of the sharpest chapter breaks it recognizes. When you cross one, your brain closes the previous chapter. It archives what happened before, and often archives too aggressively. Your intention, the reason you stood up, gets filed away with everything else. The brain doesn't care that it was important to you. It cares about what might be happening in the new room. This is why walking back through the doorway often brings the memory back. You're literally reopening the archived chapter by returning to its context. The memory was never truly gone, just misfiled in the wrong episode. Here's where it gets absurd. You live in a world absolutely saturated with doorways. The average person walks through 30 to 40 doors a day. Each one is a potential memory wipe your brain didn't ask permission for. Think about your workday for a moment. You leave your desk to tell a colleague something specific. You cross the office, pass through the glass partition door. You arrive at their desk and open your mouth. Nothing comes out because nothing's there. You mutter something about the weather and walk away, defeated. Halfway back to your desk, the thought floods back completely. Of course it does. You just recrossed the event boundary. Your phone makes this even worse, by the way. Digital interfaces create event boundaries too. Switching from one app to another acts like walking through a tiny door. You pick up your phone to check one specific thing. You open Instagram first, just for a second. 3 apps later, you've forgotten why you picked up the phone. That's not distraction. That's your brain crossing event boundaries digitally. The system designed to protect you from leopards is now protecting you from your own to-do list, and you can't turn it off. This isn't a bug you can patch with a brain training app or a better diet. It's baked into the architecture of how you perceive reality itself. Your brain doesn't experience life as a continuous stream. It experiences life as a series of rooms you pass through, some literal, some metaphorical. So what does this actually tell us about being human? Something kind of profound if you sit with it. You assume you are one continuous self moving through a continuous world, one unbroken thread of consciousness from morning to night. But the doorway effect suggests something stranger. Your brain treats each new environment as a new episode, and it treats the you in each episode as a slightly different character. The you who stood up from the couch had a plan. The you who arrived in the kitchen is someone new, starting fresh. Your brain casually severed the link between these two versions of you. It didn't think the kitchen you needed the couch you's information. In the savannah, that was usually correct. In your apartment, it's just annoying. But here's the quietly unsettling part. If a doorway can erase an intention you held 3 seconds ago, what else is being erased? How many small thoughts, impulses, and ideas have you lost to architecture? How many tiny decisions were rewritten because you happened to cross a threshold at the wrong moment? You'll never know, because the forgetting erases even the knowledge that you forgot. Your memory isn't a record of your life. It's an edited highlight reel, and the editor is paranoid, ancient, and doesn't take notes. So the next time you're standing in a room with no idea why you're there, pause. You're not losing your mind. You're running software that was last updated 2 million years ago, and it still thinks something might be waiting on the other side of the door. Every door you walk through, your brain starts a new story, whether you wanted it to or not.